Alright, let's see if I can get this up. Border, logo. Alright, I think we're live. I always get so nervous. Hey guys, if you happen to be watching this live after it has streamed, I'm a first-year, first-grade teacher in Middle Tennessee, and I'm so happy you're here. I do these live streams. This is only my third one, but I try to do them because it's a great way for me to connect with you guys, talk to you, and just feel close and answer your questions, give you updates, things like that. So I hope you can hear me. I have my background music playing. Okay, good. We hear you. Okay, perfect. I'm going to start by saying hi, seeing who's here, and then I have some Instagram questions, and of course I'll be taking questions in the chat. I usually try to keep these about an hour or so long. I have plenty of water so that I can get through this because I have serious anxiety when it comes to public speaking. So, cheers. Was I shaking? Okay. Hello, Jeanette. Oh, I'm going to butcher this. Zasil? Kendall's Kindergarten. Hey, here with snacks. Oh, I should have brought snacks. That's a good idea. The D who lived from the UK. Hello. Soccer Slimes. Chloe Sutton. Megan Newland. Hey. Kara Cooley. I don't want to skip any. Kylie Randall. Hey. From Texas. Zoe. Hey. Joey. Hey. Oh, it just updated. Hold on. Haley, hello, how are you? Amber, Cecile, you're from Chicago, nice to meet you. Nicole Walker, Reagan, or Regan, however you say it, nice to meet you. Oh, you're a senior in Texas, nice. Jackie, Amanda, Lovely Need, Victoria, Faith, Nicole, Amina, Lila, Just as Life, Chloe. Hello, you guys. Welcome. Can you hear the music in the background? Is it too loud? I want to just check that first. It's almost midnight here. Oh, you're sweet. You need to go to bed. I promise it'll be saved. Hey, Wendy from Australia. The music is good? Okay. I like to have music in the background of my videos, so I'm glad it's working out for you guys. I'm glad you guys can make it. I say every time, but I want to do these more often with you. I think it's so fun. I'm going to start and just hop into some of the questions I got sent on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is @MissCallsCampers, just like my YouTube. That's where I always poll you for questions and things like that. And yeah, so leave anything you'd also want to talk about in the chat. I do this for you guys. So it's whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to know. So I'll get started. Okay. I also want to mention, I did just film an assumptions video, like me reacting to assumptions about me. However, my camera only films in 20-minute segments, and the last 20 minutes, the file got corrupted. So I have to refilm the last part of it, and then I'll post it for you guys. But I answer some of the questions you put on here in that assumptions video. When do you want to have kids? When do you want to have kids? When do you want to have kids? Hi. I want to have kids. My husband does, but we don't want to have it anytime soon, y'all. We just got married. We got married September 23rd of 2017. Everything is just starting for us, so not soon. You know, and there's military questions in here too. My husband joined the Air Force. He's at basic training right now. We want to be in a good place before we have kids, so I will have kids, or I will try, but not right now. Thanks. All right, this question is from Cupcakes in Class, and it says, how do you connect with other Instagram or YouTube teachers? Love your channel, by the way. Well, thank you so much. That was actually a really big reason to why I started this channel, was to make connections with other teachers and help other teachers and be inspired by other teachers too. but it literally is as simple as going to someone's YouTube channel and leaving a comment and letting them know that you're there and you're watching, because it's so easy to watch these videos. Even if you're somebody who watches my videos all the time, but you just never comment, it's so easy to not do that. But there's no other way for me to connect with you other than that. So it's as simple as me commenting on their YouTube channel. It's like commenting on their Instagram and messaging them on Instagram, telling them like, hey, I think it's awesome, and just having conversations, doing collabs with them. It's something that I really enjoy, and I actually have a really, really good group of teaching YouTube, Instagram friends right now, and that has been the best thing in the entire world. I just did a Galentine's collab with them. I'll link that down in the description box for you. Also brought paper because I always forget what I talk about in these videos. So I'll link the Galentine's collab if you want to check it out. But all those ladies in there are some of my best friends, and they are fantastic. So it's just about reaching out, and you shouldn't feel shy or awkward about it. Like, it's just something, it's part of what comes with it, I think. Heather Dawn said, what's the best way to job search for teaching jobs? District sites, ? Well, I actually am looking for jobs right now. If you saw, I think it was vlog number 10. It was the one titled, I resigned, because yes, I did put in my resignation for the school I'm currently at, and that breaks my heart. I hate saying it out loud. Cried to my team when I told them, cried to, my administration. I hate it, but it's going to be really good for us, and it's part of what's going to be my life now, because I am married to someone who's going into the Air Force. So the first place we're going is Mississippi, and that is where his tech training will be, and so I'm looking for a job there right now. I literally just went onto the district's website and checked, and right now there is no jobs. Nothing is out there. I'm going to keep looking. I am building up my portfolio again. I had one in student teaching, and now that I'm actually a teacher, it's going to be completely different. So I will keep you guys updated in all of that process as well. But I'm just looking, and I am specifically looking for, like first or second grade positions. But of course I have to keep my options open. I'm going to check on the chat really quick. How old am I? I am 24 years old. Turned 24 in November. You said you never comment, oops. No, it's totally okay, because a lot of times if I'm watching videos on my phone, I'm getting ready in the morning and I can't comment, or I'm watching them and they're just like looping and going to the next video. So it's okay, but it's like the only way I know you're out there. So, do you know that Mississippi is the worst rated state in the country? Does that make you nervous? No, I didn't know that. Maybe I should have known that. But I had a lot of people tell me about the district I'm moving into and saying that it was a really good district. So, I mean, I'm okay. Advice for a high school junior who wishes to become a teacher. Sydney, oh, thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you for being here, really. Advice for a high school junior, literally every single time, just get into classrooms, and you're already doing something right now. You sitting here talking to me on this chat is already doing so much for you. I remember before I became a teacher, one of the biggest things that helped me to prepare was watching YouTubers. I am serious. It gives you so much insight. You have the world at your fingertips right now. There are so many amazing teacher YouTubers and vloggers who will let you in on their day-to-day life. And even if it doesn't seem like you're learning anything really important, all of those kind of experiences and advice and situations and things to do about behaviors, like, it adds up and you're just building your schema. So you are doing something fantastic right now just by watching. So I would recommend that, and for sure getting into classrooms, no matter what level that you want to teach, and keep your mind open about what you want to teach too. I hate drinking on camera. In my student teaching portfolio, I think you say Regan. I basically had, actually, do you want me to go get it? It's really embarrassing. Should I go get it? I think I could. It's right in that room over there. I'll go get it. Oh my gosh. I can tell you, because I don't really remember everything I got, but I'll go get it. Okay, honestly, this is going to be so cringy. I can already tell. Whew. Okay, it's right here. All right. This is what it looks like. I got a resume template from Teachers Pay Teachers that I used. You might be familiar with it if you've looked on Teachers Pay Teachers, so I kind of modeled my portfolio after that a little bit. But I got it and I put it in this little leather, I don't know. I forgot I even had this too. So, on this side, I don't want to show this part because it has personal information, but I put my resumes in here because I remember taking this to job fairs. And nothing ever came out of the job fairs I went to. Just wanted to throw that out there. That was not fun. I hate job fairs. I really, really hate job fairs. Okay, so I just have my title page up here first, and I have different tabs. So let's see, the first tab, it's my resume. The second tab, certifications and awards. Let me see if I can show this. It just talks about like my license, my Edtpa, professional developments that I kind of did when I was in student teaching, my dean's list, and that I was CPR certified. I don't know, I put that in there. And then it has all of my praxis scores in here too. I did really well on my praxis exams, and you know, as a student teacher, that's like one of the only things you have to show people. So I have that. On the fourth tab is my philosophy of education. The fifth tab is, oh my gosh, I remember this. If you've ever looked up Hygge, it's spelled Hygge. I wrote exactly what it was. It says, Hygge is a Danish concept that cannot be translated to one single word, but encompasses a feeling of cozy contentment and well-being through enjoying the simple things in life. And I basically laid out what I want my classroom to look like, to feel like, and what we will accomplish in here. Some of the things I said were, I envisioned my classroom, because obviously I didn't have one. I was student teaching, so I envisioned all of this. I envision my classroom to be a clean, tidy, and functional space. The room will evolve and change, but a constant will be that it is a student-centered space. I talked about collaboration, community, a soothing and relaxed space, a safe space, trusting, caring, flexible seating, connected learning experience. I'm not going to read all of it because that will bore you. I had a behavior management center section where I talked about like how I would keep up with behavior. That's really important to have, even if it's something that's going to change, and mine definitely did. It's important to have some kind of plan in place. And then the seventh tab, communication with parents, all the, I don't know, just things that I put in here. My portfolio is going to look so different now that I'm actually a teacher, but when you're student teaching, it's kind of a stretch. And then, oh, this part is really cool. So I have a Watch Me Teach section, and I put QR codes in here of my lessons. Something I like to do is film my lessons. So I put QR codes in there. They are uploaded on YouTube. They're private, sorry. Oh, shoot. Well, it's okay. Anyways, these are lessons when I was student teaching. And so my lessons now are obviously going to be 10 times better than when I was student teaching. And, you know, we're always growing anyway. So I'm not embarrassed of these videos, but there's definitely a great space of knowledge I've learned. I'm a very different teacher. Anyways, so I had some for literacy, some read alouds, some math lessons, math fluency programs, science, basically all the subjects. Social studies, I did this really cool unit where we like went to France, and that was awesome. So I put in like lots of pictures and things like that to kind of show them what it would be like. And now when I have my new portfolio, I will get to include plenty of pictures of me and my kids. So that's what I had in my student teaching portfolio. And like I said, my teaching portfolio is going to be so different, but you know, that's just how it goes. Let's see. Oh Lord, there's a lot of questions. Okay. What would you say to your past self? Chloe, that's a good question. I would just say it'll be okay, and you are going to be a good teacher, and you're going to love your class, and you will get a job. That's what I would say. I don't know. I feel like now job searching, I'm more nervous than I was because it would just be incredibly, it would just be life-changing not to have a job this time around. My second year teaching, I just can't imagine it. But before, I really thought that I was going to get a job. So, I don't know. Hello from Portugal. What's your best advice for growing a YouTube channel, Victoria? I would say, for one, watch lots of videos showing you how to do it. I mean, that's something that I did. I think that's something that every person who wants to be a YouTuber does. They go through, watch videos on, how to film, how to edit, how to talk to the camera, everything. Watch tons of videos on that. I would say come up with a channel name for yourself that is good. And I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people start their YouTube channels and have I don't know, I'm thinking of a beauty YouTuber that I watch called Jam Beauty 89, but if she had started her channel now, she would have named it something different. You know what I mean? Think of a really good name. I'm not going to say you need to have a narrow focus for your YouTube channel, but you have to have some kind of niche. So wherever your niche is, and then if you can, invest in a camera. I have the Canon G7X. I'll grab it really quickly for you. Okay, so this is it, and for the longest time I filmed my videos on my iPhone, and I look back at those videos, and they were fine, and there are plenty of people who have a ton of subscribers, and they literally film on their iPhone, and iPhone cameras are even better than what this one is, but my videos now, I will not film without this. It is incredible. I love it. It has the flip-up screen. You can vlog with it. I have a little stand that goes with it. I would recommend a camera, even if you have to save up for it, get it off eBay. I would definitely recommend that. And then I would also, before you post your first video, have a couple of videos kind of lined up so you can keep posting, and then just spread the word to everybody you know. Let's see. Oh, also I would recommend literally every single person who comments on your video, comment back. That's something I do. I feel like it creates such a sense of community. I love talking to you guys on there. So I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there who will just go through heart comments. I'm not like that. I prefer to have a stronger interaction with you guys. Let's see, what else? When you find your new job, will you mention that you have a YouTube channel? I feel so on the spot right now. I've talked about this to so many people. Oh, gosh. Here's the thing. I'm not allowed to film in my costume right now at my school. Breaks my heart. I could share. I could show so much. I would enjoy this so much more if I could do that, but I can't. I'm really nervous. That's going to happen again at my new school. I'm hoping not, because I feel like a lot of other schools are really open about it, and my district never really had a plan in place for what this is. They just didn't. And so that's a little bit frustrating, but part of me wants to just kind of take the same plan of action and not say anything, and just kind of go with it until, I get told, hey, this is awesome, or, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm a very in-the-moment person, and if, we're in the interview and they're talking to me, I don't know. I can't say for sure whether or not I will or I won't. I also feel like them Googling me might lead to that realization, so if they ask me about it, 100% I'm going to be honest, and I really feel like this channel is a great place for them to see my personality, and just how much I care, so that would be a benefit to it, but it's just hard. I know we live in a completely different world than people have been living in now with YouTube and everything, but it's just hard, so I don't know. As far as my portfolio and everything, probably not even going to mention it. Probably not. You live in Mississippi? Hope. Well, that's pretty cool. You're currently student teaching and about to start job hunting, what advice do I have, Kylie? Apply for everything. Every single thing. Apply for every job. I shared about it in my video where I was reacting to my very first interview, and oh my gosh, I was a mess, you guys. But I applied for every single job on that job board. And the school I'm working at now, love my school. They called me, wanted to arrange an interview. As soon as I hung up the phone, I literally had to say, wait, which school called me? And then I didn't know who they were. I remembered their name, didn't know who they were, Googled them, and I was like, oh, this seems like a really great school. And it just so happened I ended up getting the job. I don't know how, but I did. So apply for everything. Definitely go in person if you can. I lived in Chattanooga, and I was applying in Murfreesboro, so I couldn't. But if you can, go in person, get your face there. If you do manage to get an interview, write them a thank you letter. Just do everything in your power to stand out, and that'll really, really help you. Also get awesome letters of recommendation. Jen, you're asking a lot of personal questions. I got married so young. I don't really think I got married that young, honestly. So, but me and my husband have also been together for 9.5 years. Jessica's currently student teaching. Awesome, girl. Happy for you. Jessica said, hi, Tesla. Tesla, somebody saying hi to you. Somebody saying hi. I'll try to show you. She's all cuddled up right now. She always likes to cuddle up with those pillows. Also, you can see the fluff from where she's been destroying her toys, but that's just how she is. Oh my goodness, sorry. The chat keeps updating. How do you successfully keep from taking bad days in the class personally? I'm the worst about that. That's actually, that's not really something that I struggled with. I don't feel like, because I don't have a whole lot of bad days. I have days that, like, I complain about. Of course, everybody's like that, but I don't have a ton of bad days. More than anything, it would be behavior. Try not to take that personally, and I don't feel like I do that either, just because I know my kids love me. I really, from day one, I knew they loved me, and I know the kids who, need the most love show it in the worst ways, and I just know that because I was that kid growing up. I don't ever take anything they do personally, and my kids are amazing. They really are. They are fantastic, and they do the sweetest things, and we all make mistakes, and, even sometimes I'm in the classroom, and I behave in ways that I'm like, I shouldn't be acting like this right now. I'm so sorry, and I apologize to them. So I feel like we have a really, really good relationship to begin with. So I hope it's the same for you. Let's see. Chloe, you love my personality. That's so sweet. That makes me so happy. Thank you. Chloe said, do you find it hard to switch off or relax when you get home from work? Yes, I do. But I love my job so much, and it's like I don't want to. Which I will say, I have a vlog from last week that I have not uploaded yet because I haven't edited, but this week has been a hot mess. We were out for President's Day. We went Tuesday. Wednesday, in the middle of an observation, we got an announcement saying we were dismissing 2 hours early for flooding. That threw everything off, so we were out yesterday, and yesterday we got the call saying we're out today. So this week was a 1.5 day week for me, so not a vlog coming to you for this week, but I will still be uploading the vlog from last week. What was the question? Shoot. Oh, switch off and relaxing. I don't do it. I really think I am obsessed with teaching. Like, if you look up, like signs of like addiction, like that is me with teaching. And it's been that way for so long, even, why am I holding this pen? Even before I was a teacher, it was that way. I was constantly watching YouTube videos because I just think there's constantly, things I could be doing to make myself a better teacher. And I have been good about it today. I've been watching Vanderpump Rules on the couch in my robe, eating cereal. Like, I've been okay today. But there are a lot of times where I come home or even like go to Starbucks after work and just work. And it's not even things that I need right away. It's just stuff I want to work on because I enjoy it. So I am at the point where that's happening to me, but I'm also really good about if it's stressing me out, to just stop. And I think that's something everybody has to be able to do. And there's been times where I've been at school after school and, had to get stuff done, but I just couldn't. And, sometimes it's like just stressful. And if it was like an off day or anything, like I make all my copies on Thursday. There's been plenty of Thursdays where I was just like, I can't do this. I just need to go home. And so I do it. But for the most part, teaching brain, always on, always on. Oh, hey. Love what you do for my daughter. She talks so good about you and she loves you to death. She watches you on here all the time. That makes me so happy. If you're watching right now, hello, I love you, and I hope you're having an awesome time even though we are out for flooding. I love that. I get asked all the time if my kids know I have my YouTube channel. Yes, they are obsessed with my YouTube channel. They are obsessed with it. They watch it all the time. One girl in my class found out I had a YouTube channel, and then, a couple more girls found out, and then people in other classes found out, and everybody knows, and it's super awkward, but I'm okay with it. But they love it. They absolutely love it, so I think it's really cute. I'd rather them be watching me than some other things that are on YouTube, so yeah. You love Jessica from Jam Beauty too, Haley? Oh my gosh, I used to be so obsessed with like the makeup community on here. I still go and like watch videos every now and then, but I love her. I love her. Oh, and thank you so much, Isabel. Let's see. Oh, Vanessa, hey, you're on here. Sorry, I didn't see your comment earlier. Hey, girl. You're so inspiring, make me want to teach. That is amazing. That's all I want to do. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to hop on here and get some more questions for you guys. I feel like these live streams are just go, go, go. Let's see. Did you have to complete Edtpa when student teaching? Yes, I did. It was a lot of long nights, but it doesn't have to be that way. You have to be incredibly thorough. It is a lot, but you will get through it. You will get through it. It'll be fine, I promise. What are your hobbies? What do you think is interesting in teaching? I am French. Hobbies? I had hobbies, and then I started teaching, and I don't really have that many hobbies now. Oh, Tessa's sleeping. Let's see. I don't know. I'm still really into art. I like doing calligraphy. I like taking pictures. I've always liked taking pictures, which is the reason why I have like not 20 Instagram accounts, but I probably have like 7. Like I made one for my dog. I have one for me. I have one for calligraphy. I have one for the hedgehog I used to have. Like that's been a passion of mine. I don't know. I feel like I have more, but I just can't think of them right now. That's probably really sad. What part of the military is your husband in? He's just joined the Air Force. What breed is your dog? Tesla is a miniature Australian Shepherd. There she is again. She moved to the other pillow. I guess the first one was not comfy enough. How do you feel about teacher aides? We actually have ours, and they're so incredibly helpful. I really do enjoy them. Tips how to prep for teacher interviews. I have a video. I filmed it literally the day, or maybe even the day after I filmed my reaction to my student teaching interview, and it still has not gone up, but I have lots of interview tips for you guys that will be up soon. I guess I could do that this weekend, but it's out there. It's just not posted yet or edited, so I do have lots of tips for you guys, so that's something I will be posting shortly. I meant to get it up like a month ago. Do you still want to teach first grade once you move? From Hart in elementary? Yes, 100% I do. And it's wild because first grade is something I did want to teach from the start. Like, I student taught in first grade. It's where I felt I had the most experience. And I just love, and I even observed in first grade before I was student teaching. I love first grade. You see them grow so incredibly much. And they're sweethearts. They are. And I know every grade has, like, its pros and cons, but I love first grade. And now, having taught first grade, like myself, having had a full year of teaching first grade, oh my goodness, it would be amazing if I could teach first grade again. Like, it would be the best thing ever, because even now I look back at the beginning of the year and I'm like, I could have done this differently, or I could have done this better, or it would be really fun to do this way. And even just having some of the tools I have now, like I already know I'm going to be such a better teacher next year. Like I would love to stay in first grade. I would love to. But something tells me, I don't know, I just have a feeling it's not going to happen. I just feel like I got too lucky with teaching first grade now. I just feel like it would be incredible if I could, but we will see. What was your favorite school subject? Chloe Payne asks. Definitely like anything literacy related. I was going to say creative writing, but anything in the literacy realm, I just love it. And if I did teach high school, creative writing would be what I taught. You can check in the chat. Making sure I'm not missing anybody. Just scroll. Oh, thank you, Ari. That's really nice of you to comment that. Thank you so much. Oh, it's updating really, really quickly. Chloe said, she's inspired me so much to be a teacher. I've always appreciated my teachers so much and the work they do for us. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's crazy because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much teachers do, but we do a lot. Definitely do a lot. Kelsey Marie said, I've watched you since the beginning. You're so inspiring. You make me want to teach. Thank you. Teaching is definitely wild. It's crazy, but it is incredibly rewarding. It would be awesome if you could get into a classroom and see if that's something like you really picture yourself doing, and every single day is different. So, any update on when you're posting your digital anchor chart video? I'm filming it tomorrow, so I hope that gives you insight. So I don't know when I would post it, but I'm filming it tomorrow. It's going to be a really quick video, probably, I would say max 10 minutes, but just to show you guys how I do it. Digital anchor charts is something that I've been enjoying in my classroom. We're wrapping up our fairy tale unit right now, and so I've been doing a lot of digital anchor charts. So what I've been doing is kind of making the bones of the anchor chart on my computer and then projecting it to my class and filling it in, typing it, and then printing it that night, putting it together, and hanging it for them to reference, and it's been amazing. New Leaf Teaching, you've done, I'm not wearing my glasses because it always reflects. You've done such an amazing job balancing YouTube and first year teaching, and I'm sure other responsibilities in your life. What's your secret? Thank you. That's really, really kind of you to say, because I get overwhelmed sometimes. I really do. It's not easy. I feel like being a first year teacher is enough. It really is. And for some reason, I've decided to do lots of other things on top of that, but it's so worth it to me. Like, it is me coming home, doing stuff for school, doing stuff for YouTube, and just doing stuff for TPT. Like, it's a lot. And you know, there were plenty of nights where, you know, my husband would be watching TV and I would just be sitting there with him, like, doing things on my computer, trying to get it all done. But I got better at, like, trying to make time for things instead of forcing myself to do everything. I am not perfect at it, but I try. I try, and I'm getting faster at everything I'm doing, so it's been a little bit easier, but it's definitely a lot, and there's a lot of work that goes into YouTube, a lot. So it's something I will continue to do, I hope, for a really long time. It's something I enjoy. It's one of my favorite things. I'm so grateful that I have this space, but it's a lot of work. Chloe Payne said, would you ever consider teaching content on YouTube, like tips for students finding things hard in different subjects? You know, I think what you're trying to reference is like specific videos on like how to make a 10 to add or how to do this, and probably not. I don't see that as the direction that I want my channel to head in. Now, of course, I always give like if I'm teaching something and I'm vlogging about it, I may talk about it, so I think I would stick with that. But I don't foresee my channel being a how-to kind of channel. I think there's lots of other channels out there that do an awesome job at that, and it's just not an area that I see myself really thriving in, I guess is what I should say. Oh, it just updated. Tips for being so organized, Kelsey? I don't know. I've always been an organized person to the point where it's like almost OCD. Definitely labels. I have a label maker. Label everything. I don't know. Tips for being organized where? That might help me a little more. Nay M said, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Go watch my Galentine's Day collab and you'll know exactly who they are. Megan said, I love first grade too. Oh, did my music stop? Shoot, guys. Man, now there's going to be an awkward... Yes, it did stop. Here we go. Fail. Fail. It probably stopped forever ago. Oh my gosh. Like I said, not perfect. Something I would change about teaching... that it's only... I joked about this on Instagram, that it's only Monday through Friday because I love it. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just starting my degree. What tips do you have? For sure, Jess, get into that classroom. Get talking to teachers. I would say... this is going to sound so bad. I took a lot of classes in college. I'm gonna sound so bad. I took a lot of classes in college I didn't care about. I just didn't care about them. Some of them were teaching related. Some of them were just like not helpful at all. They were busy work kind of classes. I'm sure you have some of those too. Bare minimum in those classes. Invest in the classes you actually like. And make connections with the teachers you actually like because they will help you so much. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe that didn't sound as bad as I thought it was going to. Haley Hurst said, you taught me how to create worksheets and things on PowerPoint. Yes! And I've never gone back. Can't wait for your anchor chart video. Thanks for the help. You are so welcome. Oh my goodness. And if you're watching this now and you want to start creating resources for your classroom, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel called Miss Call Creates. And I walk you through PowerPoint. The biggest mistake people make is not using PowerPoint. They use Word. PowerPoint gives you so much more freedom. So start playing around in PowerPoint if you want to start creating resources. I've also been seeing a lot on Instagram lately of Casey Morris, who is teaching on Less. She has like these free videos. I haven't watched them yet, but they're all over Instagram. So Emily Jack said, I've had the slightest thought of YouTube and laughed out loud because how even with 18 kids every day. What do you mean, like becoming a YouTuber? Your kids would love it. Jessica Thompson said, I'm student teaching in first now. We're in the fairy tales unit as well. I read aloud Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know what that is. So we're not actually teaching fairy tales right now. We're teaching like character traits and splitting, setting. I wish I could cut that out. Character traits, character traits, setting, plot, all of those kinds of things. Oh my goodness. Crystal French, how do you balance work and college? I am struggling to balance being a full-time preschool teacher and education student. It is a lot, and it's never going to be easy. It will get better, like, the more you do it, but it's a lot. I remember when I was student teaching, I quit my job, like my serving job. I have had a million jobs, but I quit my serving job and just kept the job I did working at the Tennessee Aquarium in Chattanooga. Oh my goodness, I love that place. I loved working there. I was a docent. I worked overnight, and what I did was we took special groups, and a lot of times it was school groups, so that was nice, or like Girl Scout troops or Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, and we would take them on tours after the whole building closed. We would give them private experiences with like the animals, all sorts of fun things. So that was something I did maybe like twice a month, but it gave me some extra cash while I was student teaching. And of course, I was married, so. Oh, yay, Brianna, hey, what's up? Glad you can make it. Jessica said, this is what I meant. I did the read aloud and went over to the character setting, traits, etc. Yes, okay, yeah, so you're doing the same thing. Yes, I'm really glad we got to do this, and we started the Fractured Fairy Tales, too. I don't know if that's what the one is you were talking about, but it's been great. Chloe, good night, Chloe. Isabel said, best tips to schedule your centers and guided reading groups. Oh, shoot, guys. I meant to make a guided reading video. I have a product on my Teachers Pay Teachers for my guided reading plans that I've done and everything like that. I have the whole binder kit for you guys. I think it's like $10 on my Teachers Pay Teachers, but I will walk you guys through my guided reading binder. Your question was about scheduling it. So I see... On Monday is our kind of front-loading day. So on Monday during literacy, I am teaching a lot of new skills. And sorry, I'm so thirsty. And so the lesson just takes longer. And so I only see 2 guided reading groups on Monday. My guided reading groups are 15 minutes apiece, so that's 30 minutes. And the way my kids do centers is I project a PowerPoint slide on the board. They each have their groups on one side, and then they have their center that they're going to every day posted on there. It's the same centers every day. They go to 1 center a day. We don't transition or anything like that. I did at one point want to have my kids kind of do like a free choice so that they could pick. I'm not there yet. I'm not sure if I will get there, but they do 1 center a day. So like maybe on Monday, students will go to writing. Maybe on Tuesday, they'll be in the library. Maybe on Wednesday, they'll be at word work. Maybe on Thursday, they will be, what's my other center? Oh, partner reading. And on Friday, I have it reserved for technology and finishing any work in your center folder. And if you're not familiar with what I mean when I say center folder, I'm going to put it in the video, I promise. But I basically have must-dos for my students in a center folder, and I differentiate those. So, Monday I see 2 groups. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have 3 15-minute groups. Friday, I try to see 1 group. A lot of times they don't make it. But the way it works out is I currently have 5 different reading groups. And so my lowest group, I will see 3 times a week. My second lowest group, 3 times a week. And then my other 3 groups, I'll see them twice a week. So that's how it works out for me. But I always structure it to where I do my whole lesson, they do their task, whatever it is that they're supposed to do after the whole group lesson, and then they go into centers, and then it's time for lunch. So that's how I do it. Gonna hop in here. Oh, thank you, Kelsey. Someone said, do you choose your centers, or is that based on curriculum? I choose my centers. They all have standards, of course, that they go along with. There's lots of like speaking, listening, reading standards and things like that. So they do have standards, but it's not based on curriculum. Ari posted, do you have any ideas for your new classroom once you move? I mentioned it earlier, but I'm really worried about getting a job, guys. I'm really worried. And I try not to think about it. I always try to keep my head up, no matter what it is. But I'm really worried. More so because I am now married to someone in the military, but granted the place, like the district we're going into is like a military base is in that district, so I feel like they get it, but it just makes me nervous. I feel like people won't want to hire me because of that. I'm not going to get started on it, but I haven't thought about my next classroom very often, if that answers your question. Let's see. How has your team responded to you not coming back next year? Mimi_AMR12 asked me that on Instagram. And I did mention it, but I bawled when I told them. It was after a day where we had been in professional development on site. Oh, my music stopped again. Okay. Gonna start it. Okay. So we had been there all day, and I was messaging my mentor teacher. was like, I really want to tell them. I really want to tell them. And I'm so nervous. And she was like, just do it. And so we met in my classroom afterwards. And I just started crying. I got so nervous and I felt so bad. And like, I really do. I love my school. It's a great place to be. I would 100% teach there next year. But I cried. So their response. Overall, I feel like I'm in a really great place with everybody that I work with. I work with some amazing people. I feel like they were all pretty bummed to hear it, or at least, I'm not saying I hope so, but that's how they made it sound, is that they were genuinely pretty bummed. And my role in my team is kind of like the creative person right now. So they're kind of like, well, who's going to do this next year? So I think that's really sweet. They made me feel important and valued. So yeah. Future Teacher 24 said, have you ever had an emotional breakdown while teaching because of the kids? No. There have been plenty of times where I've had to stop everything and just, and just put my head in my hands like this and just like bring myself in so that I didn't do anything that I was going to regret. There have been stressful times in the classroom. I've never had an emotional breakdown. I've never cried, haven't done any of that because, like I said, you guys, my class is, all that water. My class is amazing. I have an awesome class. And yeah, like I don't take things personally, and I feel like one of the most important things to do as a teacher is to set your students up for success. And a lot of times, not gonna lie, a lot of times if there's problems that are happening in my classroom, it can all be traced, not all of it, but a lot of it can be traced back to me and how I either prepared for that day or did not prepare for that day, or how I reacted to students. If I'm not meeting all of my students with empathy when they come to me, if I just, if I'm off that day, like things will just get worse. So whenever I am having a bad day, one thing I have to make sure to do is to just restart. And for some people that's so hard, but you have to. I tell my students all the time, like, we are growing, we are learning in here. It's okay if we make mistakes, but you have to be willing to put those things aside, not take them personal. I have not had an emotional breakdown. I have heard so many horror stories of people crying their first year, whether it was like administration or their class or behavior or whatever it was. Thank God my first year teaching has not been like that. I feel like, very lucky. So that's all I have to say. I'm having an awesome first year. And I hope that if you are going into teaching or if you're in teaching, well, I guess it wouldn't make sense if you're already a teacher, but I hope it's the same for you. I hope your first year is amazing because you deserve it. You've put in so much work. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Morgan Danielle. She said, have you filed for an out-of-state teaching license process? I'm currently applying for my Tennessee license. No. And what I meant to do actually was call the Mississippi licensing office, but I forgot to do that today. Maybe they're open tomorrow. But I was going to do that before I even started that whole process. So have not started yet. I do have Edtpa, which is like a national certification, but it's not like every single state. So I'm not 100% sure what I have to do. I do need to get on that though. Day in the life outside of school. Talk about Tesla, such a beautiful dog, from Liza02. Day in the life outside of school. I'm probably at Starbucks. Not even gonna lie, my sister works at Starbucks, which is why I go there so often, and it's just nice to kind of get out of the house right now because my husband's not here. Not gonna talk about it because I'm gonna cry, but it's nice to get out of the house. And so usually Starbucks. Tesla, I took her on a puppy play date the other day. That was fun, right, Tesla? With a girl that I work with. She's kind of like my teaching buddy. We teach like next door to each other, so I feel like I'm close with her. She's also a new teacher, so I don't know. I don't do a whole lot outside of school, so not really. And Tesla, she's sweet, but she destroys everything. You destroy everything. Mostly your toys now. You're doing better. I won't throw you under the bus. You're still cute. She's been an insane cuddle bug. She totally knows John is not here. She knows, and it's so hard because she knows. Let's see. Catching up on the comments. Isabel said, you're a queen. Love what you do and how you make learning fun for your students. Thank you, Isabel. Thank you so much. It's not super incredible, like awesome, fun every single day, but I do try my hardest for them, always. Amanda said, would anything ever make you stop teaching? I'm not going to say no, because I feel like something crazy could happen that would make me want to stop, but right now, absolutely not. I love being a teacher. I love it so much. It is the best thing to have ever, I was going to say happened to me, but I worked for this, so it's the best thing I ever did. Yes. Amy Deanda said, this is my 15th year of teaching, and your excitement and love of teaching has given me a much-needed boost. Thank you. I love getting those comments. They almost make me emotional because I get emails all the time from people, you know, all sorts of age ranges telling me this, and it means the world to me because I feel like me sitting here, like I'm just, you know, 24 in my apartment, first year teaching right now, like I'm here by myself talking to a computer, and it means the world to me that someone is out there being helped by this. I don't want to get emotional, but it just means a lot. How's my unannounced observation? The observation I had on Wednesday, I haven't had my post-conference, but I feel like it went okay. I felt a little bit rushed, and then it was thundering the entire time, which is, you know, we got out for flooding, and that happened in the middle of it. So my kids, of course, were like crazy, but it's fine. I feel like it went pretty well. Brianna said, it's so amazing that you recognize that already about how your actions affect your students. Thanks, Brianna. That's something I try to be, is very, what's the word? Self-aware. Very self-aware in the classroom, because it takes a lot to step back, because being in the moment, you are go, 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 go the entire day. German Batia said, hi, Millie, you're the best first-year teacher ever. Thank you. I probably am not, but thank you. Kendall's Kindergarten said, would you be up for meet and greets with fans? Yeah, I would. I think that would be amazing, but it would have to be in a setting that wasn't all about me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I ever see myself going, like, on YouTube or Instagram and being like, hey guys, so I'm gonna have a meet and greet and you guys should all come to this spot and just talk to me. Like, no, I could never do that. Never. I don't think I'm like cool enough for that, or have like, I just couldn't do it. I get really anxious in social situations, and it would just make me a little uncomfortable and awkward. But if I was ever at like a conference or something like that, oh, absolutely, I would make my biggest effort to do that. Absolutely. Or if I just saw you on the street somehow, 100%. But I would never have one that was like about me, for me. That's not really like who I am, but I feel like this is pretty close, you know? That's so awkward. Oh wait, here goes my music again. I don't know, I just like having music on always. What time of year did you student teach? Crystal French is asking. I found out that I'm student teaching in the beginning of the school year. Not sure how to feel about it. Crystal, you should be so grateful that you got to see the beginning of the school year, girl. I am telling you, I student taught January to, I feel like, the end of April. But me being the person I am, I stayed till the very last day of school. I wanted to get in as much as I possibly could. Plus, I loved my mentor teacher and I loved my kids, so I was like, hi, I'm not leaving, so I'm just going to keep coming. So I did. But it would have been world-changing to have seen the beginning of the year, even if it was in a different grade. It's just so different. I had to go through my, first day, first week, first month, first semester blind. It was hard. I mean, I feel like I handled it pretty well. Like, everything was fine. But it was stressful. There were things I didn't even know I had to do. Ugh, the paperwork. But yeah, you will be so glad that you did. So glad. And if you can go back next semester, like when January starts, January to May, 100% do that. I know the way that my school has their teacher program set up, it's different now and they do get to see everything, but wasn't like that for me, so let's see. Isabel said, how and when to use Class Dojo? Glad you brought that up. I will be making a full video dedicated to Class Dojo, how I use it, why I like it, why you may or may not like it. I use it all day long. I use it to connect with parents. I use it to post to students' portfolios. I use it to post to our class portfolio, just like not always. Oh. Hello. I hate it when robots call me. I use it to post to our class stories, so parents can see what we're doing. I feel like it's a really great way to communicate in general, and I use it as a behavior management tool, but not like the way you might think. I also have a coupon system that goes along with it, but I do give my students points throughout the day. I have very specific things they get points for or that they lose points for, so I love Class Dojo. I know a lot of people go between like Class Dojo and clip charts. I'm not a fan of clip charts. I'm not going to talk about that in this video because I don't have the time. I want to make a separate video about it. But whatever works for you is what works for you, and what works, for one class or even for one kid is not going to be the same for everybody. So whatever you like. I worked at a preschool through college. It was hard, but I love the kids. Okay, so we are almost at the 1 hour mark, so I am going to be kind of shutting this down pretty soon. Makes me think of New Girl, Shut It Down. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I love that show. Rachel said, I'm currently student teaching a week away from submitting my Edtpa. You go, girl. I feel very drained, stressed, and also somewhat depressed. How do I manage my time better? When I get home, I want to lay in bed. You're not alone. Edtpa is draining. Like, it really can be draining. There's a lot to it, especially if you don't have a lot of people who are supporting you or helping you, if your mentor teacher isn't helping you, or if your your professor isn't helping you. But you're a week away. You're so close. Once it's done, it is done. We celebrated on the night that we submitted our Edtpa. It was great. It was a good feeling. It will be worth it. I promise you. It is a lot of work. It's harder than a lot of the things you have to do in teaching. I'll tell you that much. It just is, but you're almost there. And you will feel better afterwards. And then you're going to get a job and everything is going to be fantastic. So do not even worry. Plus I'm here on Instagram. You guys are always welcome to reach out to me. So I hope you feel better soon. Yay! Hey Jazzy, what's up? I'm about to shut this down when a lot of people are joining. I feel bad. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to double check, make sure I answered all the questions. I didn't answer every single one of them. Some of them, you guys ask really personal questions. I think I did. How do your students know where they are at behaviorally throughout the day? Okay, this will be my last one. Kelly Owens said, how do your students know where they are at behaviorally throughout the day? Like I said, I have a really good class. And my music stopped. Come on now. I need to get a longer track. I have a really good class. However, they are 6, some of them are 7 years old. You would be surprised how many problems 6 and 7-year-olds have. I know I was, and it's so different. One of the biggest things that I've taught my kids, very first lesson I ever did with my kids, was the whole leader versus boss thing. If you've never heard of it, look it up. I think I have a post on my Instagram as well for it. That's been something consistent throughout the year that I've been telling my kids, be a leader, be a leader, be a leader, be a leader. However, there's still behavior problems that come up. They happen. They're going to happen no matter where you teach, no matter how awesome your kids are, no matter how awesome you are. We are people. We are real. We are human. We have problems. We have feelings, and we want to feel justified. So things happen. My kids know 100%. I go every single day. If there is an issue, you need to try to fix it. You need to be a problem solver. You need to do what you feel is right. You need to be able to listen to someone when they're coming to you with a problem. Because even though first graders, like, you can say, hey, go talk to that person. Say, excuse me, you did this. Sometimes they don't always listen. So you have to teach them that. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine what kindergarten teachers go through. I just can't. But throughout the day, if there are issues, my students know. My first instinct is not going to be to pull up my Class Dojo, because for one, it takes forever. Pull up Class Dojo, okay, click on the student, go to needs work. All right, you just lost a dojo. Like, that's not my go-to. That's not how students know where they are. I feel like they are very good at reading me, knowing my feelings, and I know this because students have come up to me on plenty of occasions and asked me if I was okay. And that's something I taught them to do in the beginning of the year. Not with me, but with each other. Like asking someone if they're okay. And so they do that with me. They know if I'm teaching a lesson and I am giving them the teacher look, something is not right, or I use sign language with them. So we have signs for play and work now, things like that. If I look at them and I give them the word, like they know. And if it's an issue, my number one thing with kids is always talking to them. Always talking to them. That's my biggest behavior management style, is talking to them. And I feel like this is why I have a carafe of water. I feel like you have to. You just have to find the time to talk to them. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something simple like, hey, like I noticed you're not acting the way you normally act. Is everything okay? Or hey, is there anything on your mind? Or hey, is there anything I can do for you? And if they are already at a point where things are going downhill, it's important to touch base with them and say, hey, this is what's happening right now. What can we do to fix it? Or you're breaking my heart right now. Like, what do you think we need to do? Or even if they disappoint another teacher, like you have to have those conversations, because first graders are not mind readers. And I feel like a lot of reasons why some teachers can take things personally is because they think students have these agendas of their behaviors and they're doing things for this reason, or they want to manipulate you or get back at you or do something out of spite, but they don't. So talking to my students is my biggest, it's the only way you can really connect with them. And I feel like all of my students know throughout the day, whether they're having a good day, an off day, how they are doing behaviorally, because I talk to them. So that's the way I go about it. Let's see. All right, just double checking the chat before I head off. High five to us kinder teachers, yes. Yes, Kendall's kindergarten. Cheers to you. Someone said, how did you come up with your natural theme for your classroom? I like plants. It's something I always wanted. I also, no shade. Like, I don't want you guys to think just because I have a natural classroom that I look at other classrooms and I'm like, oh, I don't like your classroom. Like, people are just different. For me, I like things to be very like calm and like natural. It's just my style. I feel like your classroom reflects a lot about your style. And I just never really liked going into classrooms where things are just kind of like the theme is like classroom. Like that never was something I wanted to do. And like all of the things that come with primary grades are very primary, if you know what I mean, like the big crayons or like the fonts. The fonts, guys, the fonts. It was never something I liked. So I have a video on how I created my classroom digitally, how I designed it. You should go watch that, check it out, and I talk about that some in there. But I think that's it. I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Again, if you just happen to click on this live stream and you're new to my channel, I really hope you consider clicking that red subscribe button down below. We would love to have you as part of our family. I want to do these live chats with you guys more often. Make sure you're following me on my Instagram at Ms. Calls Campers so that you can get your question in, or make sure you keep up with everything with me. We have a lot of fun. I have a lot of good, exciting updates for you guys in the future. So thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to me. I'm so lucky, so lucky to have you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. Look out for a vlog from me and that anchor chart video coming to you soon. All right, guys. Bye. I love you so much. Thank you for joining.